Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of
All right, welcome back to building a space elevator again. And of course, today we focus on ice power. So let's get started. All right, so from the previous time lapse episode, we were running out of power and we are still running out of power. But what I did today was add a few more turbines right here. So I put 2 more towers up, one on the right side, one on the left side. Really putting on multi-tool to use as much as possible throughout the whole entire time lapse. At one point, these batteries were 3 green bars instead of 1. And that is because I threw in 5 more hydrogen engines. With the five extra hydrogen engines, that's what's powering up the whole entire system, the whole entire base, and anything that's connected and recharging. So that's going to help us with the power. Because right now, I don't think it's depleting. It should be recharging. Nope, looks like it's depleting. That's interesting. So something is definitely taking up a lot of power, which is probably the refinery and assembler. And as you notice, the hydrogen took its place, or hydrogen engines took its place of the assemblers that were here. There was about 3 assemblers that were here, 2 of which didn't have the bottom speed modules connected. So I built 3 more over here. So it's pretty much 3 towers of assemblers right up here. And I added the exhaust with the sparks just for fun. See that it's kind of working. And again, graphically or visual pleasures in this case. So actually I placed 3 more in addition to what we previously had actually. So 9 total assemblers. And as you see here in the control panel, they all do different things. So construction components, interior plates, motors. 2 of them are open for whatever materials that we need to make. Small steel tubes, steel plates, steel plates, steel plates. And of course, doing all that renders pretty much out of a lot of materials as well. So far the steel plates is not too bad. But looks like we got around 30k worth right this moment. So it's pretty fast. But we do need to collect the iron that's in that little pit over there. And I'm kind of struggling to think of a good idea to gather the rest of the iron that's on the side. So we tried doing a custom turret controller piston with a drill. We tried our old rig to drill in there, but it just takes too long. So I think we need more of a sweeping hinge type of rig to gather the rest of it, because I think it goes pretty far in actually. So still a lot of iron left. I mean, we could do that. We just try to level it up to here and just go straight in and gather the stone and also the iron. I guess we could do that too. I feel like I redesigned this a little bit. Get rid of all these pistons. We don't need too many pistons to line it up that much. I mean, 1 or 2 pistons up and down will be more than sufficient. And then we'll just drill in and gather all the stone and everything like that. That should probably be the best idea. But of course, we still have a few here missing. But yeah, as you saw in the time lapse, I tried different things. I even tried a collector to kind of nudge it right here and then have it all drain or ramp down into the collector, which wasn't a bad idea. It just wasn't that great either. So yeah, still having trouble gathering as much material as possible. So we might actually have to do double stations, if anything, because we do have another iron deposit right over there. And I'm pretty sure we could probably find some iron deposits along the way, to be honest. But that's about it for the initial base. Let's go explore a little bit to see if we can find a little iron along the way. And we'll look at the ice lake. Alright, so not a lot going on in terms of resources along the rail system. We did find some silver though, but nothing that we need in terms of iron. So we could explore the ice lake, which is not too bad. It looks like we've been here before to get ice, and looks like there's cobalt down here. It's a good resource. But I think if we could find iron here, we could probably drill here. One of the main reasons why I wanted to go along the rail system is so that we can connect into the base and transfer the iron. So it looks like iron is not on the ice lake close by. And there's more silver here. Okay, so iron seems a little sparse. We're gonna have to go fix up that large or detect their ships relatively soon. They'll probably detect some iron nearby. And that way it'll be easier to get more steel plates for our rig over there. So it's doing not too bad. All right, so part of the ice lake here is for ice power. And initially we drilled down this way. So then we scratch the surface of the stone, which is right here. And then we mentioned we're going to go horizontal. So we did a checkered style drilling rig here. And it's really, really slow going up to this point right here to get the ice. So this one is based on, I think, about 6 pistons. And the up here is about 20 pistons. So that should bring us pretty far forward if we need that amount of ice. Which we do, especially for power. But most of our car container now is completely filled with ice anyways, with very minimal space left. So even our welding rig has a bunch of cargo containers filled with ice, which we should really move out of the way. Most of our hydrogen tanks are pretty filled, about 93%, 95%, and still going since we have so much ice. Hopefully we could gain more than lose based on the hydrogen engines that we have. It looks like we are gaining, so that's good. We're going to leave this on and have it kind of slowly gather ice if it is gathering ice at this point. No, probably not. Maybe we should turn that off. I try to put hover engines underneath these pistons to keep this thing leveled. And it didn't really work out that well. So I don't know if you saw in the time lapse itself, it was really, really bouncy. And luckily it didn't break. I was kind of amazed by it, so I was just looking at it instead of acting on it. And luckily it didn't break the system itself. So I decided to put atmosphere thrusters instead to try to hold it up. And it doesn't really do too much, to be honest, but it kind of holds it up ever so slightly. But I'm pretty sure once I start moving the top one, the pistons, it's going to be very, very rocky. And when it's rocky, it's going to cause these weird little shapes here. All right, so that's about it on the ice lake piece. There's significant drilling from it to get more ice power. But now let's go back to our welding rig to see how far we've gotten so far. Because as we're continuing to do manual things, back at base, back at the ice lake, we are automating our welder rig to continue on forward so that we can reach the moon one day. And at one point we attempted to get this pole system to the ground, but we are very, very far from it. So we're going to come back to that and weld it up as soon as possible. But for now, this is as far as we've gotten so far with the lack of resources and everything like that. And we go look back at base. We're about 11 kilometers away. So this time around, with the resources being a little bit lackluster, I think we only made it about 1 kilometer, maybe even 2 kilometers away from the base. Not significant progress whatsoever, but we should get there relatively soon. And not sure what happened here, but it kind of looks like I lost a projection for some reason. Okay, we didn't even reach the build limit just yet, so that's fine. What happened to the projection here? That kind of just disappeared for whatever reasons. Okay, so it looks like this is the projector, and it's not projecting anything. Great. So the blueprint is off for some reason. That's not good. And it doesn't seem to want to produce a projection for some reason. That's not a good sign. Okay, so the projection definitely doesn't want to project. So we're going to grab this and maybe put it in front and see what happens. Alright, looks like I fixed the problem and it caused another problem. So I projected a smaller, large grid and that worked fine. Then I loaded up the entire system again, the rig all over again. And it took a bit of time to load, but it did load. So that's a good sign, I guess. It is going to be a problem because I cut this pipe off initially just to make sure where it's projecting, because I wanted it to be kind of equal to where it should be. And the rest of the piping up front kind of fell off, so I'm gonna have to put this back on as much as possible, but I think we should be okay and kind of let it do its thing, as you see here. And I think we're running out of power in these things. Yeah, kind of. We have more batteries over here too, so we should be okay. And this thing doesn't use too much power when we're doing the inchworm technique anyways. I just want to make sure this is welded up correctly, because actually I might have to do it manually for a little bit, because we are missing a lot up front. And hopefully that catches it up as I kind of got welded to death. Alright, so we used the medical room that's in this skybox. And that's about 3.5 kilometers away already. So that's pretty decent. Looks like we're about 1.5 kilometers away from the ground as well. So that's not too bad. We'll make it to space eventually this way. It's going to be quite some time, but it looks like we're going to get there without a doubt. Hopefully the projector doesn't stop working like it did before, and then we can keep on going. So I lengthened this thing even more, so it should go pretty far out. For the most part, we definitely don't have enough materials to get too far, but I think we can get up to maybe right over here, which is about 12 kilometers away. Not significant movement or progress right over there, but with the projection, if it stays on and if we get more materials, because we got to plan on getting more materials as well, so we should be able to make it right about here, which is the end of the projection. So that's going to be 17 kilometers away roughly, but I think we're going to hit that build limit quite soon, so we have to worry about that as well. But other than that, everything looks good. Definitely got to get more iron somehow. Once we find some more iron deposits and everything like that, it should be a little bit faster. So we can refine them, assemble them in terms of steel plates, because that's our biggest bottleneck of the build right now. But that should be it. And a little bit of a news for surviving as a trader. For those who enjoy that series, I will be getting back to that relatively soon. Once this lingering cough kind of goes away, if you kind of hear my voice a little different, we will probably and hopefully start releasing a little bit more of surviving as a trader, and it might make it season 2, but we'll see how it goes. But I think it may be once a week, with a relatively long episode each week, but that's kind of the plan here. But I am continue to make this space elevator. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up having this thing crash a little bit more, so that might stop us from going too far. I hope not in any case, but for those who are interested in seeing the numbers up top right over there, so that is on the top left. I'm trying to find a good color so you can see that a little bit better. And that is the current numbers running as I'm looking at this blue thing here. So I don't even know what all this means, but leave a comment down below and let me know what may be crashing, because we did experience another crash today. And I just realized there's some gamepad controllers here. That's interesting. That'd be nice to be able to hold something like that as well. Oh, we could press on it too. Huh, that's interesting. Anyways, yep, those are the numbers. Take a look at them. Let me know what they all mean. I know what FPS means and things like that, but the more general thread stuff, not too sure about, to be honest. I'm pretty sure the server thread CPU load at 200% might be a big issue. And if we look out here, it increases a little bit. Not really. So, yep, you tell me what that all means. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.